anything about a megahertz. I didn't even really know what a megahertz was. I mean, I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it was. But it was a conversation about Jews, megahertz, music, Hitler, God frequency, tuning pianos, and it was two white guys in a conversation. It was from Seattle, a radio, and that's what I thought was kind of funny, because like one of my favorite shows ever in life is Frasier. And so when I found out that the guy was in it was a all talk radio, there we go, it's starting to come to me. Thank you, universe is giving me the download of an all talk radio, and it was a conversation, and I was like, whoa, I had never listened to all talk radio. Like, do I look like a person who listens to all talk radio? But no, like, and it was long. It was a very long video, and it just blew my mind. Blew my mind. And I remember sitting on the bed just like I am now, and I'm like, whoa, like it was just crazy, okay? And with all that said, that led to me just kind of being in a daze. I think I sat in my apartment the next day in complete silence, other than looking up things on my phone and pulling out my computer about megahertz and God. And when I just got overwhelmed with it all, I remember getting up, and I think I made me some eggs like I normally do. And this any time of night, give me pancakes and eggs, I'm a happy girl. And again, just like, before, it was almost like there was if I can describe what it felt like, that there was a drifting or a sway of an energy, kind of like a dangle. Like if I can more like a cartoon animation of a cloud or energy of something, but like walking, like floating with the sway, and kind of just sat next to me. I didn't see that, but that's what it felt like. And then as if it sat next to me and said, turn the music. And I'm like, turn the music. Because I was sitting there and I was eating, and I was thinking about how comfortable I was eating by myself, but how I wish that I had someone to eat with and prepare food for. So in that moment, I was thinking about a significant other. And I had all these flashes of, people I had been with in my relationship. And I'm just sitting there eating my pancakes and eggs. Just as plain, I wasn't upset. I wasn't crying. It was complete. Had been nothing. It was so quiet. I didn't even move. I don't think I even bathed that day. And I'm a take a bath twice a day kind of girl, but I was just chilling. It was weird. After sitting there reading and listening and reading and all this, I'm sitting there and then eating my pancakes and eggs at whatever time of day it was. I don't remember. Thinking about love, basically. And all I had learned, and this energy just positioned itself and said, turn the music, turn the music.
I'm not sure
So
if you
again,
all are
I'm thinking
aware
about all the
of
headline
how
about the
powerful
megahertz,
that slide is up there.
recovering from this
I'm going to
being
repost it
a
again
weird
just by
state that had
itself
been in the day
so you
before.
all can really,
Eating
really look at
plants
that.
and
That was also posted on my page as well.
again, thinking about love,
At that time, it's amazing.
towards vibration, frequency, energy, turning music. And I was like, mind you, at this point though, I was so calm. As I talk about it now, I talk about it with more, you know, rah rah than I actually had in that moment. It was like, okay. It was like my mama calling me and telling me to do something. You know, did you take your vitamin today? Yeah, mom, I took my vitamin. Like it was just that calm, you know. Anyway, I eventually was like, okay. I was like, turning music. I knew it wasn't music industry for me because I was like, But I was like, I'm gonna buy me a keyboard. I got my phone. This is my case. I have to take it off when I'm making video. And I'm scrolling. I get on Amazon. I look for a keyboard that I can afford. This is all happening. And I'm just scrolling because that's the only thing I can think about is learn to play an instrument because I've always wanted to, again, sing, dance, model, act, and get paid for it. But I also wanted to know how to play instruments. And ironically, again, this is the universe. I'm thinking of videos and music, and all I see is these women who I admire who play instruments. Well, in my world, most of the ones that I saw that was always in the forefront that I seen the most was Prince. He always had females playing instruments, and in my mind, I got a flash of that, and I was like, I always wanted to play, and I just again, anyway, that started that. So now we're gonna move past those days. But eventually I got a keyboard. So I get the keyboard. I don't know how to play a keyboard. Again, this is like voices. I put in, because I was told, look up how do you learn to play the keyboard. Stuff with GarageBand popped up in my search, and I was like, GarageBand, and it's in, on Mac products. Well, I have a Mac. At that time, my desktop was 3 years old. I was on my second iPhone because I got my first iPhone in 2014. I was on my second iPhone. I thought I was all big and bad because I had my second iPhone because I used to hate iPhones. And I was like, what? And I have GarageBand, and I'm like, I wonder if it's the same GarageBand on my computer. Like, I'm not that good with technology and computers, y'all, so don't laugh at me. I know I sound like an airhead, but I click on it on my phone, and I was like messing around with, no, this is a true thing I did for a week. Hello, genius. You have a 3-year-old computer. You have GarageBand on there. You can even hook the keyboard up to the computer. I didn't even know. Eventually, I discovered that I can do that. Ran over and talked to my brother, who was my first version of Prince. This man plays every instrument under the sun. It was amazing. Love my big brother. And he was so excited that I was learning to play or whatever. But I was excited that I had learned the C major, I think. And so I was typing it or playing it, and I posted it on my Instagram page. And again, as if I had planned it, I hashtagged music and live music. I had no idea. I was like, I'm doing these things with the hashtags. I started getting all these music feeds, and I think it was like the first time I did that. I see people and, you know, whatever, singing or whatever. But there was this guy, and he was just as
Gorgeous
dark as his
to me.
freaking moon.
Just absolutely
And
dark
he was
chocolate,
playing.
gorgeous.
Can't say
Like,
he was playing.
I don't know if it was that or him playing, but I don't know. I was just like, wow, you know?
I was like, whoa. I mean, I don't know about who should be in the Hall of Fame for whatever instrument they're playing, but all I know is that he was just into what he was doing, and he was so chocolate, and he happened to have on, did he have on white? I think he had on white the first time I seen him, and I was just like, oof, and I could barely see his face, and I picture his hair, and he was just playing, and I was just like, wow. I was like, I wish I could play like that. That was it. And he left a comment. Now this is in February, so I went through what I went through in December, and I had met somebody else in between there. He is someone who is very well known on like Instagram, and he and I met and we hung out. Ironically, he lived in Miami. It's crazy that I didn't meet him when I lived there for so long, but when I went to Miami, I saw him and we talked and things like that. But, you know, and he's still a cool person, but he is actually a very spiritual guy as well, which is kind of weird. But again, I was on that journey and I met him, blah, blah, but, you know, we became cool, but it was kind of dope. And I thought, well, this is cool. I asked the universe for what I asked for, you know. I want a bookmark. I don't want to talk too much about that part, but I'll get back to that. But I thought it was a clue that I was in the right path when I met this person. And, you know, we were just cool. Okay, so I see this person playing this instrument and what he does, and I left that comment, and then he said something about that me being a black woman, and I had basically the rhythm in my heart. Okay. It was in February. We said nothing else. One comment. I commented on a lot of people's stuff. It was nothing at all like out of the way, sensual, trying to hook up. None of that. No. All right, so moving forward, we're now in February 2017, and I had already made the decision that, okay, this is what it is. My sister, you know, she's still healing. We were all trying to heal, but, I'm going back to Florida. I was supposed to be moving to Vegas, but I had a cousin who was like, come on, cuz, you know, stay, help me with what I need help with, and you can be, yeah, he was like, help me with what I need help with. You can be closer, you know, to your daughter, and you can help get her settled. Just give me a few months, and then, you know, you can do what you do, and then, you know, get on over to Vegas. But hopefully you'll stay in Florida. At that time, I was in the Tampa area, and it was kind of cool because I had never been in that area. I'm a South Florida girl, and I thought, okay, whatever. My daughter had said that she wanted to finish out her education in Tampa, and, you know, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Anyway, so I was in the St. Pete Pinellas Park area for a little while, and I was getting ready to move, or getting prepared to move down to that area. So my thought actually wasn't even on hooking up with anybody or meeting anybody, because I knew I was going to move. So again, Devlin and I had that communication, and then that was it. And then so moving forward, April 1st, April 7th, in 2017, I relocated back to Florida, and I had only been there a couple weeks, and I'm like just sitting there on Instagram again. I'm like, I should just delete this page. At that time, I think that was like the 6th Instagram page that I had, because I just don't like social media at all. I didn't even really understand it that well, but anyway, other than MySpace, bring back MySpace, y'all. Bring it back. Somebody out there, it was just so dope. Anyway, MySpace, and I want a pager. Okay, so anyway, I seen him again, and he is doing his thing. And wait, I seen him again. He's doing his thing, and he's like going off. Okay, like the boy, and I was like, damn, no, homeboy can play, you know. And so I left another comment. He left a comment. He commented on me playing the keyboard, and again, and he like left an encouraging comment, and I'm like, ha ha ha, like I'm looking at this fool like, boy, please, like you dope, and I'm sitting here like one finger this finger, one finger this finger. Anyway, that was it. That was communication number 2. The last time was June 20. Let me see. It was June 25th, 2017. And I had been on my IG posting things about Michael Jackson and the fact that I had been to his house. And in Gary, we're Midwest people, we're from the same area, and this whole thing about that. And he left a comment, because I had left a comment on his page, and he commented on my post about my having been to Prince's house, and about him having played with him and things like that. And that started a whole conversation, and we went back and forth the whole day. And then eventually he was like, hey, and this is getting no hooking up. It didn't feel like that. He basically just said that, hey, I play at this event in Atlanta in the park. If you are ever there again, because I had mentioned to him that I had lived there a couple times. And he was like, well, if you're ever there, let me know. You can bring somebody, and you can come, watch me play. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Da-da-da. And then we talked a little more, and by later that night, he was like, here's my number, or I would like to talk to you sometime. And I was like, well, here's my number, because she don't call guys. And I'm trying to get better, because I know what that seems like, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just like, not that I'm trying to be chaste or anything. It's just, I don't know. I was just raised that if a man wants your attention, he'll let you know. And again, it could just be my homeboy. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of how I was raised. No, it's exactly how I was raised. And let me see. I'm looking through these. Okay, so it was, I think, like after midnight, and I was with my daughter, and we had went to Walmart in Pinellas Park, Florida, and I was going through the checkouts, and he called me, and that started this entire journey that led me to what I'm talking about now, and this moment even. Now, why why did I tell all that? Why did I say that? Because, again, I am talking about choice, law of attraction, extension, ascension. Let me make sure I'm saying that correctly. I had said in that moment that I was having a breakdown. I said, I'd ask God, I said, God, I want you to know me, and I want to know you, number one. And I said, send me someone like me. And I broke down what I thought I was, okay? I asked to be accepted for what I was and what I was going to be. And I wanted that person to be spiritual. That was actually what I said first. Send me someone who's spiritual. Someone who wanted to know you the way that I want to know you, and for you to know me. I want them to know God and for God to know them. That's what I actually said saying it, which is why all of this is so ironic, okay? So why I'm saying this. I've asked to be financially okay. I didn't ask for anything specific. I just said okay. Again, you got to be careful for what you ask for. Again, these are things I'm learning, okay, y'all? And again, this experience is my conduit for how specific and to take awareness of why you're asking what you're asking. And I said, I would rather be alone than to not have these things in a person, okay? Here's my handwriting. It's so bad. I'm trying to make sure I say everything to you all correctly. But again, I asked for those things. And
it was so interesting. Looking
again,
back,
there's so much more
I realized how general I was in my ask, you know, how unspecific. And even more than that, I noticed how I was truly unaware that I didn't even know how to ask for things in detail, because I didn't know in detail what I wanted, let alone how to articulate it and to ask for it. It's very interesting, you know, but this is where I start to see things about the power of manifestation and how I actually did come to get exactly what I asked for.
Decide to do. And do you see what I'm saying? It's working whether you're aware of it or not. It's just a fact of existing, being an energy, a part of the divine, of existing. You are always attracting, whether you know it or not. What I'm saying, we can intentionally do it. I know because I've done it. And my entire life, I had to. I'm just now realizing it through this experience. You see what I'm saying? And again, I don't know why I needed to go through that to get it. If this is what I requested before I got here for myself, and this is the experience that I signed up for, okay, whatever. You know, they say that we choose our lives. We choose these obstacles, no matter how horrific they say that we choose it. Okay, I'm here for it. I chose it, but I want to body this shit. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm tired of things just happening to me. I'm tired of feeling powerless. I'm tired of feeling like a victim. I'm tired of focusing on what I don't want and what I don't need and what I don't desire. That's why I said before, I'm not focused on what I don't. I'm focusing on what I want. Now, And now I'm starting to be active about living my life instead of feeling like I'm just sitting here and things are being thrown at me. No, I want to live life. Now I'm pushing things out the way, making room for what I want. You see? This is what this is about. And this is things that I think it's time for the entire masses and all the things that have happened in my life that has led up to that experience. And now it's just like the great gift that just keeps providing more and more levels of knowledge and experience to for me, you know, and it's been great. I can go on and on for days, you know, about this, but for now, you know, this was my way. This part was my way of showing how I know and how I believe that law of attraction, quantum physics, using the quantum model, is definitely real. And we're all given the power of choice. You know, I'm going to actually take this time. I'm going to move forward with the last part of the video and talk about choice. There is a movie. Y'all knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. It was going to be a TV show or a movie or something for y'all to get a further illustration. All right, so before I talk about choice, I'm going to talk about, there's this movie. Oh, I also figured out another reason why I do this is because when I started my mental health program, in my class, Behavior, Reality, and Choice Theory, I'm going to put some links so y'all can go look it up. I had to pay tuition for this stuff, but haha, through technology, there's so much you can do without paying a dime, so much you can learn. But we had an assignment. We had to watch the movie A Beautiful Mind. It is one of my favorites. It's based off of a true story, a Nobel Prize winner. And when I had all my DVDs, I owned it. Like, I bought it. I was so lucky to
Right
find
now,
it. And
that movie is showing on Netflix. Like,
I
I literally just watched it the day before yesterday, and I'm going to watch it again today. So it was so funny. I don't even have to put a link. I just have to tell you all, Netflix. It is up right now.
But it is about choice, and this is why we had to watch it. And anyway, because my instructor did it, yes, I'm into arts and all forms of art, especially acting. So, and I do understand the link between entertainment and ancient knowledge and programming and control. This is another reason why I tell you all, I'm sorry, to go watch something, but it is a great illustration, and it drives, it makes things more clear and drive home the points even better. But it is, I believe, even more so because my instructor made us do it, and I love that because I understood it so much. You know, it was just so cool. So again, it's called A Beautiful Mind. It is about a real story about a real Nobel Prize winner of basically he chose to overcome his affliction by choice. It didn't mean that his issues stopped. He chose to just deal with it by the choice that he made. I don't want to give it away. So again, A Beautiful Mind. Please watch it. Also, too, when you watch the movie, think about all the other big choices and ask yourself, could someone actually choose to ignore their affliction? I definitely don't want to get on this soapbox, but I had people ask me when I talk to them about this, do I believe people can choose to be gay or straight, or actually choose to kill or not to kill? Like it evokes these really big conversations. But I just for an exercise, after you watch this film, ask yourself those questions, and then ask yourself, whatever your afflictions are, have you chosen to kind of lean back on the things that has kept you in places where you didn't want to be in life? Or was it that you just didn't understand that you actually had the power to choose? So I want to start there. Okay. All right. Choices leads to freedom. And freedom is meaning being having freedom for whatever it is you want to be free from. For me, I have always known that something was wrong with this construct of religion, what we're taught about religion, and going to work, what is said about women, what women can do and what men couldn't do, and about having children. Those were the 5 things that has always made me go, huh? Like, that doesn't seem right. Ever since I was a little bitty jit, you know, it just never sounded right. Again, it's one of those things that I believe somehow, when I came into this universe, that part, you know, they said we're asleep. We are not aware of our divine knowing and past lives. For me, that wasn't dormant in my mind, because these are the 5 things that I would think about a lot, even as a little bitty kid, and especially as I got older and older and older. It was just things that just didn't sit right. And now I have answers again, and now I know I am crazy, but not that type of crazy. Or let me rephrase that. Yes, I'm crazy in that way, and that's great. Anyway, so again, like I said, choice comes from our subconscious. This ain't me saying it. This ain't Akasha. It's just saying that because of this divine experience. This is science. Okay. And I experienced it. Again, I understood about how my choices led me to my narcissist and all my other big gut punching experiences that I've had, good and bad, in my life. Now I get it. I understood though how him mirroring me, why I fell in love with that. Why? Okay, let's just say it, because I felt connected. He made me feel like all these crazy thoughts and things that I had, like, because put it like this, everything that I'm saying to you guys, we didn't have these exact conversations, but the conversations that we had was in line with these. And he was like, yeah, I feel the same way, and da-da-da-da. It's like the man could talk about things like he had been inside my head my whole life. So, you know, I understand that it was the me in him that I fell in love with, and I was so divinely connected to as well. Just look into it. And when I say look into it, look into yourself and your choices. You know, people, when we are hurt and we're abused and mistreated, all we see is our intention. And that's okay. But your intentions come from somewhere. You are a good person, a loving person, a kind person, a courageous person. But even with those things, there's a reason why you're that way. Because you do want something from being that way. You get something out of being that way. And that's okay. It's called existing. And when you make your choices, you are making the choices to get back what you give. But it all comes from somewhere. I chose my narcissist because for the first time, he made me feel validated. He made me feel needed, wanted, desired, free. Like I wasn't alone ultimately. And then I started looking at, again, this is later, why I felt alone. So everything that you discover, research why that is. Okay? So when I say look into this, I challenge you. This is not looking into the narcissist or looking into whatever horrible thing you encounter or anything negative. It could be all the great things. Whatever you accomplish. You're a successful mom or a successful dad. You were successful at a career. You were great at overcoming drugs or alcohol. You bought that house. You moved out of that horrible situation. You got that car you wanted. You became friends with a human being when you never were friends before. Whatever. I don't give a crap what it was. If it was bad or good, I challenge you to look at your choices. Discover why you made them, and look at how those choices have shaped your life. You know, y'all, it's a horrible thing that we were given, in a sense, of the lies and half truths that were told. But we can choose for it to be the greatest adventure ever. And that's what I'm finding out. I have found that meeting my narcissist has helped me discover the beautiful, dark, divine fairy tale that is life. This is why my story is called Extension, Dark Divine Fairy Tale, because I ascended through the darkness and discovered the divine fairy tale of existing. Because it is dark, it is light. Without darkness, there will be no light. Without light, there will be no darkness. Something, you don't see the fairy tale in anything until you see the hell in it. You don't know what it is to ascend until you were in a descended place. Okay? It has been the ultimate mirror of life for me, of this reality, of this dimension, of this matrix. All right, y'all. For now, I wish you all magic, miracles, balance, and love in and out of time. And just keep going. Keep going, okay?